The Seattle Seahawks have shocked everyone in 2022. This is a team that has exceeded expectations and then some. This is a team that nobody thought was going to be a competitive one. And this is a team that many people even speculated could go 0-17. And when I heard that, I thought that was absolutely stupid and idiotic because Seattle, although they were entering a new era, they weren't going to be that bad. And obviously, as they have shown us through the first half of this NFL season, they have been one of the biggest surprises in the NFL. And they're not a team that's going to be playing for next year's NFL draft. They're a team that's going to be competing for the playoffs. As right now, the Seattle Seahawks are in first place in what was said to be one of the most competitive divisions in all of football going into the season, the NFC West. The offseason of 2022 marked the end of an era, as we know in Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks traded away their longtime quarterback Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos and released linebacker Bobby Wagner. Both were the last remaining players from their Super Bowl title campaign. While most people thought Seattle would be at the bottom of the rankings, this ended up being far from the truth. After missing the playoffs last season, it seems Seattle is on pace to return to the postseason, while head coach Pete Carroll and the rest of the team deserve some praise. One player stands out for the Seahawks. Not only is he having a breakout year, but he is putting Seattle back on the map. With that being said, the Seahawks are the biggest surprise in the first half of the NFL season. Before we continue on, guys, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Plus, turn on post notifications. If you want to see more Seahawks content, let me know on this channel. I'm going to exclusively be posting all NFL content, so you definitely don't want to miss an upload from yours truly, Red Zone Rosano, as I'm going to be covering a bunch of key NFL storylines throughout the rest of this NFL season. So let's talk about the Seahawks' biggest surprise of 2022. It has to be Geno Smith. Geno Smith, he came onto the scene replacing Russell Wilson by beating Russell Wilson in the first week of the season. And Geno Smith's emergence has been impressive to say the least, because prior to week one, there were many questions surrounding the quarterback position in Seattle. Geno Smith and Drew Lock battled for the starting spot throughout the preseason, with Smith eventually winning it. After Carroll made the decision, many fans labeled Smith as one of the worst starting quarterbacks in 2022. Fortunately for Seahawks fans, he is proving all the doubters wrong so far. Geno Smith has completed 73.1% of his pass attempts for 2,199 yards and 15 touchdowns against just 4 interceptions. He has also rushed 41 times for a total of 196 yards and 1 score. His best game came in week 4 versus the Detroit Lions. Smith went 23 for 30 for 320 yards and 2 touchdowns, plus 49 rushing yards and a score on the ground. He led the team to a 48-45 victory. For his outstanding performance, he ended up earning NFC Offensive Player of the Week honors. Not only that, but Smith continued his elite games throughout October. Because of that, he was named NFC Offensive Player of the Month. He is even receiving some Most Valuable Player award buzz. According to FanDuel, Smith has the 7th best odds of winning the trophy at plus 2,500. He is ahead of veterans such as Tom Brady and even Russell Wilson. The rise of Geno Smith is becoming one of the most pleasant surprises in 2022. Before the season, the last time he was a full starting quarterback was all the way back in 2014 with the New York Jets. That team finished 3-10 with Smith as a starter, with him completing less than 60% of his passes and throwing for 13 touchdowns and 13 picks. Since then, Smith has had stints with the Giants and Chargers before joining Seattle in 2019. In his first year with the Seahawks, he was just the 3rd string quarterback and failed to see any action that season. In the next 2 seasons, he totaled 5 appearances with 3 starts. If it was not for him, the Seahawks would not be 6-3 right now and fighting for the top spots in the NFC. His emergence in Seattle is turning the Seahawks into a contender once again. His display is showing that, especially with how Denver is doing with Wilson, Seattle made the right decision in trusting him. All of those things make Geno Smith such a big surprise, not only for the Seahawks, but for the entire NFL. He was once seen as a backup at best, but right now, he is proving to be one of the best starting quarterbacks in the NFL and potentially will lead his team to a long postseason run, and he can even get his first Pro Bowl selection. Geno Smith has been an outstanding story, and the Seattle team, like I said at the start, they continue to prove people wrong. They continue to shock everyone. Let's just take a moment for a second and go back to when Seattle traded away Russell Wilson. Everybody was talking about Seattle's rebuild, even Seahawks fans. They were not anticipating anything like this, especially in a division when you have the Rams who just won a Super Bowl, the 49ers who are going to be there again, and the Cardinals after their great season from a season ago. Nobody expected Seattle to do this. And it's not just about Seattle surprising people anymore. Now it's about Seattle actually going out there and competing and trying to compete for a Super Bowl. And I gotta give a ton of credit to Pete Carroll as people questioned if he knew what he was doing anymore. And here he is, leading this Seahawks team to a prominent place once again. And this is what Carroll said. This is really special. I hate that we were crappy earlier in the year and we weren't doing stuff right. But we held on to it and we felt like we knew where we could go. And we're getting going. You know, all the people that dealt like you're losing, we run the ball too much, you don't understand football, and he can't stay up with the new game, and all that kind of stuff. That's a bunch of crap. I'm telling you, look, we're doing fine. We're all right. We're improving day in and day out, close quote. That's what Pete Carroll said. A lot of people not only doubted the Seahawks, but they doubted him. They did not think he still had it in him to lead a team on a great path. And here he is with this new look Seahawks team, and this Seattle team is not just winning. They're beating good football teams in the process. And now they got a date against Tom Brady in less than 24 hours of me recording this video. And let's see if the Seahawks can keep it rolling. Because right now, if there's one team I don't want to bet against, it's this Seattle Seahawks team led by Geno Smith. What has your reaction been to the Seattle Seahawks? Are there any Seahawks fans that expected this? I mean, maybe there are some. Let me know in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't new. Let's blow this video up. Share this with a friend. Seahawks fans, I want to hear your commentary down below. This is Red Zone Rosano bringing all your NFL content. You don't want to miss an upload, so make sure you turn on those post notifications. And that is it for me. We will see how this Seahawks team continues to ride high in 2022, and we'll see how far they can in fact go. This is Luke Rosano signing off. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again in the next video.